What about us? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? So sometimes I think we are living in the prologue of one of those disaster movies where you get a bunch of like these news clips of a strange virus or of unrest in a foreign country or some sort of, zombie thing showing up in a foreign country, and you're like, okay, cut to 24 months later, and the whole world is Armageddon and nothing is alive. And I feel like, man, are we just being bombarded with those prologue clips of the Armageddon? I mean, just take stock. I mean, there is so much economic disparity. We hear of economic tensions just flaring up all the time. Racial tensions are always fomenting. We're dealing with environmental omens. I mean, every time you're like, another hottest month on record. It's exhausting, but we're hearing signs of environmental fatigue, environmental collapse. The bee population is about to disappear. We're just hearing this. And then we have military hotspots. We have one of the great nuclear powers that exists, Russia, in active war with Ukraine. A situation that could still go bad. We have Israel and Hamas. We have hotspots that kind of pull the strings of the whole world. And we are necessarily nervous. And we live in a world of increasing political polarization. The ability for somebody on the right and the left to see any common ground is becoming impossible. And I personally think that we're in judgment when you look at the choices that we have in front of us politically. It's scary. It's scary what could be happening in our midst. So we can look around us and it does not feel okay. But what if we look inside ourselves? What is the stump for you? What is the stump for you? What is the diminishment that you're dealing with? What is the defeat? What is the death? What is the despair that you're battling? We come to this point in the year, and sometimes we lose a relationship. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we have a job loss, a diagnosis. Sometimes we just have a hole that has come into our life because life went the wrong direction, or we find ourselves broken because of things that maybe have happened to us. Maybe we grew up in a divorced household and we've never been able to live past that, or any number of things. But it's this stump that just sits there in our heart and it sucks the life out of us. I came across this picture the other day of life expectancy. If you don't have a stump in your heart, here's one. This is a chart of your life expectancy. The column on the top is how much life you have left to live based on how many years you have lived, is the column on the bottom. And so if you're 40, you have about the halfway point of your life left. And I want to talk about how much it decreases as you go forward. But here is the thing. Every single one of us is living with an odometer of about 80 years. Every one of us has death, and it is coming a lot faster than you want to think. And that's if your odometer doesn't have a car accident in it or something like that. But every single one of us has the stump of death waiting for us. And it will take no exceptions. Is everything okay? No. We must accept where we are. We are in a place that is not okay. But is despair our only option? Is despair our only option? Thankfully, no, because Advent brings hope by calling us not only to accept where we are, but also to await God acting.